What's up guys, Evasion here and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about the Necrolord Covenant rogue ability and also the Necrolord ability and the Soulbinds and Conduits, and without further ado let's hop straight into it. Alright, so the Necrolord Covenant ability for rogues is Serrated Bone Spike, and what this ability does is cost 15 energy. It's got a 30-second recharge and you're going to get 3 stacks of this. Whenever you use it, it's going to give you a combo point. It'll give you additional combo points if there's already a Bone Spike active on the target, so you can generate multiple combo points with this, which makes it a pretty good combo point generator. However, the damage it deals is absolute trash, and it does apply a bleed until they die on the target, which is the main utility of having this. That is incredibly ridiculous to deal with as a rogue player. And I see this getting a PvP duration in the future. It'll probably end up being 24 seconds, which is still very, very annoying for someone to deal with. And there's also a conduit that modifies this effect as well, which could make it potentially even more annoying for an enemy to stealth when it is on them. The main reason to play Necrolord, though, is not necessarily for Serrated Bone Spike. They have potentially the best Soulbinds and one of the best abilities out of all of the new Covenant abilities in Shadowlands. Alright, so just a quick example, I guess. You see you throw the Bone Spike. It's going to apply that dot. It has no duration. This is actually a Soulbind here. This shit actually pumps. But yeah, so we got 2 points right now. If I use it again, it'll give us 2 more points, which is pretty cool. And then I believe if I use it a third time, it'll only give me 2 points. It can only give you 1 extra per target that is marked. It won't give you 3 combo points for 1 charge. Also, if you kill a target, I believe it'll give you a stack back, which is pretty cool. That's pretty much all there is to say for the actual ability itself. I am actually very excited for this Covenant, and I'm gonna try and unlock the Soulbind on the beta so I can actually test the one that is going to be insane. And if I actually manage to do that, I'll definitely make some content on that, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, I want to hop into talking about Fleshcraft and the Soulbind that modifies it. Alright, so Fleshcraft is the Necrolord ability that all classes in WoW will get for choosing the Necrolord Covenant. Basically, if you use it, it's going to channel for 4 seconds and apply a shield equal to 20% of your maximum health for 2 minutes. Also, if you're near a corpse, it'll claim their essence and it'll grow the shield up to 50% of your maximum health. It says that it's more effective against more like elites and stuff, more powerful enemies. So basically, in my current gear, 24k, having a 4.8k shield ain't too bad. But yeah, there are some Soulbinds that modify it. So after seeing this, we're going to move right into those. Alright, so here we are at the Soulbinds, and just before hopping into the main one that I want to talk about, this Serrated Spalders that you get in the very bottom one for Bonesmith Hairmere, it does 489 shadow damage to your attacker over 5 seconds when it hits at melee range, and this is really good early game. I don't know if this is going to scale that well into the expansion, but when I was actually questing in regular gear on the Shadowlands, just doing like world quests and stuff like that, and this thing was doing a lot of damage for me. It was really, really good. This is more of like PvP focus, I'd say, for the most part, and this could be annoying for an enemy to deal with for sure. You're getting trained into the ground. It's going to give you extra value for sure. But that's all there's really to say about that. The rest of this tree, not so great. You gain some speed when you hit people who are below 35. I don't know, not that great. But anyway, okay, the main point probably of the entire video. This tree, Plague Divisor Merilith, a lot of people are probably already aware of this Soulbind. This is the only Soulbind that I have looked through and everything seems like a good option. Right down to the amount of like potency and endurance conduits that are in, because rogue finesse conduits, other than Prepared for All, which still isn't that good, they're not that great. The main thing here in this row, this thing is ridiculous. So we just talked about Venthyr in the last ability, or the last video, and gaining a 15% shield for 8 seconds after using the Venthyr ability. We're like, okay, that's okay. Kind of compares to like getting some of the defensive effects of the other ones. But this one, whenever you are reduced below 50% health, you gain a shield for 15% of your maximum health for 10 seconds, and it may only occur once per 30 seconds. That's actually crazy because that's like 3 times the value of the other one that affects the Door of Shadows, and you don't even have to cast it. This is going to proc when you're stunned. It's amazing for survivability. Also, on the way here, you're going to pick up a potency conduit. You're going to get an endurance conduit. You can go whichever way you want here. These don't really matter for PvP. And so we're going to hit our second potency conduit, which is really good. So you're going to be able to maybe take sudden fractures, which we will talk about these in a second, but we'll finish off the tree. So you can get another endurance, and then you're down to the very bottom thing. This is the best Soulbind talent thing in the entire game, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if this is going to receive any nerfs. I think it already has received some nerfs. It's called Ultimate Form, and while you're channeling Fleshcraft, you're immune to CC, and you regenerate 2% HP every 1 second. The health part doesn't even matter. The fact that you have an ability that you can press, you know, and during that channel you're going to be immune to CC, that's going to allow you to do some really clutch shit. And it's going to be, I don't know, I think it's going to be pretty fun to play, and it's going to be really cancer to fight against, because if you're really in tune with what the enemy wants to do, you could completely negate a go. You could immune a stun, you could immune a blind, you could immune a trap or something. Maybe you're trying to eat a trap for your healer, but your healer's super low, and if you eat the trap, you won't be able to finish peeling or something. You could immune it. There's tons and tons of potential for this ability, and I think it's absolutely insane. And also, on top of that, if you actually finish the full channel, which this part's maybe going to be a little bit less used, the only time that this would come into play is if, you were trying to pillar, and maybe people are going to be aware of this, so it's going to delay, at the very least, it's going to delay people. If you were on the pillar channeling this and you got it off, there's an enemy rogue or enemy stealth person waiting to open up on you, and now you're immune to CC for 4 seconds. You're gonna have time to gain back more health from this effect, because they're not just gonna want to open and lose control because maybe they're off stun DR and you can just stun them back. The potential of Ultimate Form is absolutely insane, and I actually can't wait to test this out. So I'm hoping I can unlock this no problem, and then I might make some content doing that just to see what I can accomplish with it. Because this could honestly take me away from playing Kyrian, which I think is still leading the pack for what I will play. But I haven't really decided yet, so I'll make a video when I decide and talk about it. But for now, I think that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next video.